Is Christmas Story one of your top Christmas movies?
I think there's no question that and Wonderful Life are the two best ones. But I like the leg lamp. I think the leg lamp's a year-round item, and it's a, what is it? He calls it a great award or something like that. Anyway, yeah, no, I think everyone should have one.
Is that just stuffed in a box until about December and your wife pulls it out, or?
No, she's got to be coaxed to pull it out. She doesn't like it as much as me and the kids do, and that needs to be up year-round as far as I'm concerned.
What do you like about the Christmas Story? Why is it one of your favorites?
It's just like everybody remembers something like that, and plus, it's more like when I was a kid, where kids were running around everywhere. They weren't screwing around with machines the whole time, and there was always the kid in the stiff outfit, and it's just a great movie. I mean, I've read the book too, which is more of a long short story, but it's called In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash. But no, it's a great movie, and you know, most marathons you don't really look forward to, but that one's worth making sure you get an episode in.
How did practice go today?
Thought it was good.
Do you see more coaches kind of using social media as kind of a recruiting tool? A lot of your assistants are on there pretty often on Twitter, and recruits seem to kind of like seeing that.
I know they do. I'm not terribly conscious of it, but I know that we do a lot, and I think everybody else does, and I think have for a long time.
We were kind of talking to Tay, and you guys didn't have any receivers on the all-conference teams. Is that just going to speak to I mean, you guys had a lot of production all around. Is that kind of the ideal situations where everyone's producing enough that you don't have one guy who's head and shoulders above the rest?
Well, you want everybody producing at a high level, which I think we are. I think we also, and I think our receivers are still emerging. You know, I don't think that you know, we're just over the top refined like we can be at some point. You know, I think we got good quality receivers. I think they came a long way this year. I think they got a long ways to go next year, but we do have good distribution, and we get a lot of people involved.
How have you seen Aesop develop throughout the year? You always kind of talk about him as someone with great hands, but what else did he show you throughout the season to make him so productive?
Well, he got in better shape, more elusive. He's a guy that once the ball's released can get to where it's going to land, can judge where it's going to land. Judges the ball probably better than anybody I can think of, and you know, and he does that kind of naturally. But he became, as he got in shape, he became more elusive.
I think you had said earlier this year that you guys have to order special gloves for him. Is that the case?
Yeah, because they're crazy big. No, they're outrageously big, and he said when he started out, he used to wear lineman gloves, you know, but and then he'd have to cut all those pads off of it and things, because they don't, it's very difficult to get receiver gloves as big as his hands are. And so I think we special ordered them.
Is there any situation where that could be a disadvantage for a receiver?
No, I don't think so. The bigger the better. No, the bigger hands the better. And his aren't just like long, skinny hands. They're big everywhere.
You guys played Eastern earlier this year, and they just advanced to the national FCS title. I think you would call them one of the best teams in the FCS after that game. What did you see and that kind of led you to believe that even though the score was kind of lopsided here?
Well, it didn't surprise me at all, and it doesn't surprise me, and I think they'll win it. I thought that from the beginning. In our game, I saw the same stuff. You know, I thought they'd have a great chance to win it after we played them. I thought they would for sure. You know, of course, it's a tough path, and they've done a great job over there, and you know, I hope they win the national championship.
What is it that makes them kind of distinguishes them? Is it their skilled players, their balance, their defense, their coaching, kind of all the above?
Well, one, they're in a great conference, and then the other thing is they haven't had, you know, they've been very steady over there. They, you know, have their schemes or packages, and they do what they do. And then also, I think they've done a good job capitalizing on some other programs in the conference that are down. and out recruited a lot of those places, as well as kept their situation stoked at a high level, while others have struggled and had their problems. And I think in the meantime, they've elevated their level of players as a result.
Do you think, looking back here on the schedule, people maybe didn't give it enough credit, saying as well? I mean, with 6-6, and obviously Eastern now is the best FCS team.
I don't pay much attention to it. I know ours is our non-conference schedule is better than most teams, no question, and then our conference schedule is better too. So, yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, we've got a potential national champion and a bowl team, and another team that was really good when we played them.
Good.